Show's over, folks. Good night. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. All right, guys. What is going on tonight? How you guys all doing tonight? Hope all you mothers out there had a fantastic Mother's Day yesterday. A monumental Mother's Day. I'm in a science fun. I'm not science funs. I'm in a pun mood tonight. You know, just telling little jokes here and there and whatnot, just because I feel like it. And that was a little bit of a weird entrance because, yes, I was walking into Dean Ambrose theme music wearing a Johnny Gargano shirt. But one, still miss old Dino. And two, I had some more chips I was finishing up eating. Didn't want to try to eat. So I keep eating while I was on live. But, you know, I saw that segment with him and Kevin Owens where Ambrose kept walking out eating popcorn and whatnot. I'm like, I'll pull off the same thing tonight because that's just flat out me in general. But these are like these like Johnny Gold's baked Lay's potato chips. So not too bad. But what's going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993. Coming out here live for my live review from Monday Night Raw. From the May 13th, 2019 episode that took place in London, England. The go-home show for this coming Sunday's pay-per-view, Money in the Bank 2019. Now, you know, we are live on the W Network thing from Hartford, Connecticut. I believe it was somewhere in Connecticut. I don't know. So, this week's episode of Raw, after the horrible, just god-awful episode last week we got. I literally gave last week's episode an F. It felt intelligent insulting. It was an episode of nothing but Vince toilet humor. Stuff that I just absolutely just like couldn't bear to watch. Like I had to hide. It was scary. It was spooky. I didn't like it. This week's episode though, so see that laptop over there? Again, as I've always said, I technically have two laptops. I have my gaming computer. I have my Mac that I use for my live streams that I, usually use to do my work, my video editing and whatnot on. So I took that computer downstairs, was editing a couple little odds and ends with like the Windows Movie Maker for a couple, my little odds and ends stuff I do here and there, while I watch the show. That's why, of course, the Lex Man's trend is hashtag Raw Cleanse for those who are not going to be watching Raw. Well, me, because I can't completely say Raw Cleanse because I'm not, completely not watching Raw, but I'm still putting it on as background noise. That's why I kept tweeting out hashtag Raw is background noise in any of my tweets. And I didn't want to tweet all night because I knew if I tweeted all night, it would be just a bunch of negative stuff. But overall, honestly, tonight's episode was not great. It was better than last week. It didn't feel so much intelligence insulting. Still things I didn't like. Just a flat episode. Nothing really too exciting happened, although the results of the main event I like. A couple little nitpicks, though, about it, but it was a much easier show to sit through. I still don't like the wild card rule and need to die. Because most of the stuff, well, one of the wild card rule, things that happened on the show, I can accept. I found it it wasn't amazing, but it was acceptable. I find it acceptable because I'm not for the matches that are happening be involved in this segment, but I still found the segment acceptable. But also, tell you what, that Firefly Funhouse kind of today was that kind of little attention grabber where I'm actually kind of getting a little more interested based off that segment with the Firefly Funhouse. But of course, we'll get to that as I again probably don't talk too in depth about most of the stuff that happened on this show. But at least they gave me a show that was not too exciting, but wasn't completely feeling like I didn't feel completely embarrassed having this show on in the background. Once again, hashtag Raw is background noise. So I could say it was an okay show, I thought. Not great, just okay. Not decent, not average, below average, but okay. Let's check the live chat first before we get started here. And we've got Tyler and Tia Couponer. Let's see here. Braun got screwed again. Braun should have went to SmackDown during the shakeup. I agree. Oh boy, he actually says if Sammy wins, he will riot. Sammy should not win that match. Oh boy. Oh boy, we're probably going to be in a little bit of disagreement here, Tyler, unfortunately, on that, man. But hey, that's how you feel, man. No worries. But I actually am the complete opposite on that. But of course, it's okay, man. That's what you feel. What's up, Tina Cooper? How are you? Not too bad today. How about yourself? Why is Roman still on Raw as a SmackDown superstar? Because of, once again, the freaking wild card rule. Then again, it was pre-advertised that Roman was going to be on Raw, part of Miz TV. Again, this wild card rule. Not going to rant on it again because it's not like, they can't have like someone, standing outside the arena preventing more stars from coming in. It's just 4 random stars who just want to show up, and then I don't know. Again, I hate it. I hate it. I continuously hate it for sure. Now Bray is the Joker. WWE is not the same over sure. Does Bray now have a split personality disorder? That might be the case. Maybe go with that. Of course, we'll talk about that when we get there. Fire Vince. And then Tian Coupon says things Andrade will Money in the Bank. Andrade can still win Money in the Bank. That's still a good possibility. But I kind of changed my mind a little bit, of course, after tonight. Because tonight, giving spoilers away, but I did have a better pick for another pick who I want to win. I know Tyler's going to completely disagree with me, but it's okay, buddy. We all have our agreements, disagreements. And the wild card rule is a shit Vince thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. He looked like an idiot. Like, the way Vince McMahon looked in the ring last week announcing that wild card rule just reminded me of Michael Cole in 2011. He was getting all that, promo time, especially at WrestleMania 25 or 27. He took him. Oh, my goodness. He just went on and on and on and on in his entrance. That part of the show felt like it took eons. But, of course, that's just me right there. But let's get to it. Let's start talking about this show. The show opens up with Miz TV, and of course, the special guest is Roman Reigns. Of course, Miz also hypes up his steel cage match. He talks up the potential winners for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And then Roman comes out. Miz, of course, says, "What can we expect from you on Sunday?" Roman's like, "Yeah, Elias is young, strong, charismatic, very talented, but he hasn't won any championships." Roman was going to bring him the big fight. Miz, I guess, start talking up, him and Roman as being on the same page, having things in common. But Roman's like, Miz, we had a good thing going, but you're starting to sound like the old Miz, the one he'd like to punch in the mouth. He wants to be out here with the big Miz, the one that's chasing down Shane McMahon and whatnot. And of course, he runs the footage from last week. And then, of course, the Miz asks if the Miz, the crowd wants to see that it's funny. It took Shane to make him understand, of course, why he's never been on the same page as Roman or anyone else in the WWE universe. And, of course, it's all because about respect. And, of course, mentioning the whole spew again, how, it took him 13 years to get respect and whatnot. And he's not the strongest, toughest, but he knows how to win. And when he brings a fight, he really does bring a fight, which kind of is true. Like, they really, with this feud build up to WrestleMania and whatnot with Shane, they have proved that, Miz, can be a guy that shows all the guts in the world. It's the complete opposite of what, of course, he used to be, as he wants to literally tear Shane McMahon's head off. But Shane came out, said he was quite flattered they're talking about him, but they seem to have forgotten that he's still their boss. He was also out here to inform them that Miz TV is over, and out came Bobby Lashley and wildcard number 2 of the same wildcards of last week, Roman Reigns and Elias, because they're both being involved with something with Shane McMahon right now. Which, why does this have to be on both nights again? This is just a SmackDown singles feud, basically. This can just be on SmackDown. What are they going to do tomorrow night? Besides probably show that video package with Roman Reigns in his career like they last week. I'm sorry, no offense, but they can show that for the build up for his match at WrestleMania. Fine, but we're past that era now. We've moved on from Roman Reigns has returned back from leukemia. Of course, again, it might just be the reassuring thing to do for the fans that are, of course, still concerned that, this has all just been a work all along, but, all that shenanigans. But anyways, so what that led to eventually? A tag team match next. Roman Reigns and The Miz taking on Bobby Lashley and Elias. Don't remember much of this match at all, other than the fact that Roman and The Miz won by disqualification when Shane McMahon pulled down Roman and attacked him. And it was a 3-on-2 assault on The Miz until Roman Reigns, broke it up with that dive over top. And then, of course, the heels, run away as usual. Just a pointless tag match. I'm just like, why does it need to happen on Raw if there's 2 SmackDown superstars involved again? They could just put this on SmackDown. Like, why did it have to be on Raw? Like, like stuff like this is making me start to feel like, the brand split really is, crumbling down and going to go poof, blow away. As, again, this wild card role does not, again, you don't need Roman Reigns and Elias being built on both shows. You don't. Maybe Shane and Miz because of, Shane's an authority figure, and of course, because the McMahons are running both shows and whatnot, even though why can't you just go back to having GMs again? Again, I thought the whole point of this was because, Raw had not been doing good. And SmackDown was, was fine, not amazing, but fine. But of course, you once again just, oh goodness, that segment back in December with, the McMahon saying that they're taking over and that we're the authority now, not them. Still makes me sick to my stomach, that segment ever happened because nothing's changed. Nothing. But I said that enough. So didn't care about this opening tag match. We then had a video package for Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, and then we have an interview backstage with Braun Strowman saying the only thing he regrets about Sami Zayn getting thrown into the dumpster is that he didn't get turned into a cube. But tonight's about getting ready for the ladder match, and there's no one that can stop him from winning the second year in a row. But then a crew member approaches him and tells him that Shane McMahon would like to see him in his office. Now, originally, Braun Strowman was advertised to face Drew McIntyre tonight. But then we see Sami Zayn talking to Shane in his office, complaining about how Braun almost ended his career last week, which, of course, how a week later Sami Zayn, returning all fine from being thrown into a dumpster and then dumped into a truck, which I still thought was ridiculous. But then he blames the fans for cheering him while Braun acts like a monster. Strowman comes in, asks if Sami's why he got called to the office. Sami says he's asked if the McMahons make it right. He wants Braun's spot at Money in the Bank. Shane says he can't just give him a spot, but Sami says he'll fight for it. Make a false count anywhere. That way he could have a chance to throw Strowman in a dumpster, which that's highly impossible. Then Shane's like, well, Braun is scheduled to have a match against Drew McIntyre, but I'm sure I can find something else for Drew to do. He makes a match, and then Braun's like, I'm going to eat you alive, Sami, and whatnot. So we got that stuff, even though once again I'm sitting there thinking, I know Shane McMahon's a heel now, but, doesn't him and Sami have a past from SmackDown Live when him and Owens were literally giving, Shane hell? But, continuity gets thrown out the window usually, but whatever. All right, we had our third wild card because Mojo Rawley took on SmackDown's Apollo Crews. This main event here or something on Raw. Like, why is Apollo Crews, of all people, who gets nothing to do, coming over from SmackDown just to face Mojo Rawley? Like, you could, even though I would hate to see this happen, but you couldn't just have, Mojo Rawley squash like, Tyler Breeze or No Way Jose or one of those guys like that, even though, once again, I wouldn't want to see, especially Tyler Breeze, but, his days of being successful on the main roster are just long gone. So Mojo Rawley, it was just a squash match. Mojo Rawley, hearing him constantly scream out, huh? Listen, Mojo, I've seen your, besides your little, yelling into the mirror stuff, which is creepy as hell. Some of the promos that you were posting online on Twitter and Instagram when you were building up for your match against Zack Ryder at Clash of Champions 2017, I had some pretty intense promo skills. But you constantly going, huh? It's starting to make me think you're starting to turn to the male version of Nia Jax. It's huh, huh, huh. It's a little odd, I say. But of course, apparently he's wearing like a similar Roman Reigns looking vest, like a purple vest with like some type of like, symbol in the middle of his vest. It looks like something that Roman Reigns would wear. And he has some type of like, purple thing, purple face paint on his face. So we have Mojo, yelling at himself in a mirror for like 5 months just to come out with, purple paint on his face. Like, what's that supposed to mean? I don't know. Couldn't take it seriously. Don't see it really going anywhere. So whatever. Backstage, we see Alexa Bliss on the phone complaining about her luggage apparently being lost. And she's trying to use her like American celebrity attire thing. Which, by the way, also, if I should get the shout out here also, Alexa Bliss is single again, as far as I know. Her and Buddy Murphy are no more. So, guys, start crunching some numbers. Just kidding. Anyways, so she's complaining to someone about her briefcase. But up came, of all people, Nikki Cross. Yeah, you think she'd be like, hi, and whatnot. Hi, Nikki. Instead, she's like, hi, Alexa, you okay? Now, this past weekend, I saw some article root of a possible character change for Nikki Cross. And when I saw this segment, I thought back to that, and I freaked. I actually freaked on Twitter. Of course, later on in the show, when she had a match later on, it was back to her crazy character. But this time, it's her being just a normal human being, asking of Alexa if she's okay. Bliss says, thank you for asking me. She could really use someone to talk to because my life is so terrible. My luggage and whatnot's missing. Nikki says she's been here for 4 weeks and nobody's noticed, which you've been here for a long time, Nikki, and no one's noticed. Alexa rambles her apology, but Nikki stops her from leaving and says she can talk. You would talk to me? And, Alexa all of a sudden, says she doesn't want to be laughed. I don't want to be laughed at. Nikki's like, go to McMahon to look for a replacement in the Fatal 4-Way tonight. It's supposed to be the 4 contestants from Raw wrestling a Fatal 4-Way match. And Alexa offers Nikki the spot. And Nikki agrees. So when I saw this, I'm just like, okay, we're finally using Nikki Cross, but why is she talking like a normal human being? I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. Lately, Nikki Cross has been posting a lot of different type of photos on Instagram. And just her normal self, her crazed, chaotic look. It's not too bad looking. Killing Day, you picked out a pretty good woman. But I'm just like, don't tell me you're literally dropping the craziness out of Nikki Cross's character, please. Again, that's just completely. Once again, why did you develop this talent in NXT just to bring them up, make them something completely different? But of course, that kind of changed a little bit later on. But then again, we are in London. Nikki Cross is, from Scotland. I hope this wasn't, a one-time thing. But except this time, because last time WWE was in London, which was back in November, she, made a special appearance at a match with Becky Lynch, and she lost, even though, Becky was the champion. The champion shouldn't always keep losing in singles matches. Well, non-title matches. But anyways, so we got that. We'll talk about Nikki in a little bit. We have this contract signing with both Lacey Evans and Charlotte Flair coming over. Which, okay, Charlotte coming over, I understand. Like this one, okay, fine. If you want to emphasize the fact that Becky's facing 2 separate people in 2 separate matches, then fine. I can accept this. It's just, again, I'm just not for both these matches at all. Becky comes out, which, by the way, it is official, made official. Known to the world, Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins are dating. The man is dating the man. Well, just remember, you may be the manly couple, if you want to call it that way, but I am still the man of YouTube, and there's nothing YouTube can do about that. Love you both. Many years, hopefully. Anyways, so before Becky signed, though, Cole asked her, she realizes what you're getting into, as people kept saying. Becky appreciates the Becky 2 belt chance. She's like, first of all, it's nice to be back in London. They're both bigger, stronger, and more athletic than she is. So it's not that she doesn't know what the beating she's going to take is like. She doesn't care. When the bright lights hit, Lacey's going to feel the crippling pressure of backing up everything she said, and she's going to ask herself why she ever came looking for the man in the first place. Just ask your twin sister. And I'm just like, yeah, that's right, because you let's see here. Like Charlotte, Lacey Evans, I got my blonde hair, I got my blue eyes, I got my big tits, Vince loves. Just like Charlotte, although Charlotte is much more talented than Lacey Evans and much more good looking than Lacey Evans. Although again, when Lacey has the right attire on, she can definitely strike a chord also. But of course, Charlotte and Andrade are in love. But anyways, Becky says, just ask your twin sister how hard it is to beat her. Charlotte says Becky never learned. She got everything she wanted, but she still has to make digs. It's the same big mouth of hers that got her in trouble in the first place. Now she's in a situation where she can't win. Yeah, right. Lacey says it's nice to see that she's not the only one with enough decency to show up to a formal event dressed appropriately. Tells Becky this is a contract sign, not a barn fight. Becky says she's never done one of these. Well, talking to Lacey, and that Lacey's never done one of these. And Lacey does this really weird sounding laugh. And then Becky goes back to Charlotte, accuses her of not delivering lately. Pressure and pressure. So one of these dopes can't afford to lose her first title match. The other can't afford to lose her $1 million. She signs both contracts. Then Charlotte says she got her storybook ending and beat the baddest woman on the planet, and that's not enough for her. Well, once again, you got yourself this opportunity. Becky didn't get this opportunity for you. All this is going to come crashing down, and frankly, she finds it hilarious. And the only thing Becky will be able to do is blame her stubborn pride when she bows down to the queen. And then Lacey says that the universe deserves a proper lady as a champion, with all these young women being led astray by Lynch's classless, confusing behavior. And let's be honest, Becky continued to pretend to swing around something she doesn't have. But there's no way she's going to take out two real ladies. Becky was like, come on, hit me. Come on, hit me, hit me. Then Lacey signs a contract, and then they throw a table out of the way, and it's basically a 2-on-1 assault on Becky. Although Becky was getting the upper hand until Charlotte hit a big boot, and eventually both Lacey and Charlotte hit Becky with the powerbomb. Once again, Becky Lynch cannot lose this Sunday. I'm sorry. It's a must-win situation for Becky. Why would you have her win both belts at WrestleMania, then immediately the first night she has to defend? Obviously, her persona being the man means that she knows she's up to doing anything. Why would you ever win 2 belts and immediately drop one of them? Especially if this is someone who has not been on the main roster that long at all, has only had 1 singles match. Sorry, now 2 singles match. One that earned her a title opportunity that she never even earned. She was in the Royal Rumble, of course, but she was in there for 13 minutes. So she's already getting, the super push that, she shouldn't be getting yet, because she's not freaking ready. Again, I'm still not digging Lacey Evans up on the main roster. And then Charlotte, who's had how many opportunities against Becky? How on earth did... It makes me sick that Bayley had to lose to Charlotte. This should have been Bayley and Becky. I mean, I get they didn't want to get, if you don't want to have, the Pirate's getting killed again. If you don't want, Becky drop titles, fine. But at least have someone else face her and not freaking Charlotte once again. Jeez, oh man. So whatever. This contract signing was what it was, in my opinion. I just, again, the only thing I care about is Becky retaining on site. At least get through 1 pay-per-view retaining both belts. Just 1. That's all I care about. I'm worried that she's going to drop one of them for sure. Maybe both of them. I'm worried. Of course, we'll get to that when we get to my predictions. Probably Wednesday, I'd say. My Money in the Bank predictions. So then we have Baron Corbin in the ring demanding his big introduction and whatnot. He gets it. Out comes Ricochet. We have a match with Baron Corbin and Ricochet. And guess what? Baron Corbin beats Ricochet. Why? Because WWE is just completely obsessed with the man who is no longer a corporate figure, but dresses once again like he's a manager at TGI Fridays or even a server, or in my opinion, just an unemployed broke man who just has nothing going for him, but somehow winning matches left and right. That's doing absolutely Nothing for him and making people like Ricochet, who could have used this win, look more stupid. Really, WWE? Yeah, of all people, it's one thing to have Kurt Angle lose to him in his final match. It's one thing to also have the champion, the Universal Champion, get pinned by Baron Corbin. And it's also another thing to have Ricochet get pinned by Baron Corbin. Clean! Obviously, they're probably going to be having Baron Corbin and Seth Rollins feud over the summer with these B-show pay-per-views. Even WWE Super Showdown 2 that's taking place now. That they announced the official name for the Saudi Arabia show on June 7th. And guess what? Newsflash! I won't be watching. I don't care if Goldberg and Undertaker have a match. I am not watching that show. I'm not. I will not. No predictions, no card predictions, no nothing. I'll do predictions for Stomping Grounds, but not the Saudi Arabia show. Nope. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Had to quote that. But yes, we got that. Then Corbin pulls in the ladder, acting like he's gonna carry the briefcase until Ricochet wakes up and knocks it over, because that's gonna make Ricochet look better. Nope, didn't do anything. We got a recap of Samoa Joe interrogating Rey Mysterio's son Dominic. Before Rey was interviewed, saying Joe crossed the line by targeting his son. If anyone else has something to say, they can say it to his face. And then came Cesaro, who tells Mysterio that he can say whatever he has to say to Joe's face. Dominic looks more like Joe than he does. His dad is and he's even his kid. Rey then just snaps and throws a bit of luggage before springboard off a bench. Referees don't break it up. A nice little brawl there. It's down later on beginning Rey Mysterio and Cesaro. Fine me, cool. Could be a good little match. It wasn't too bad a match. Get to that later on. Let's check the live chat before we move on here. Let me see here. Let me see what we got to say here. We got some stuff being said in the live chat. Yeah, Tyler said bring back GMs. I agree. Orange should have went to Raw. We know that. We've heard that many times. Did you hear someone boost tonight for Reigns? Oh, duh, because, once again, why is he on both shows again? Why? This should stay on SmackDown. I kind of agree. Once he's done this feud with Shane, what's he going to do on Raw? He should stay on SmackDown. Fox and NBC wants the brand split to end. Oh, boy. Well, I bet that's what's looking like it. Ray and Aiden should stay on SmackDown too. I bet Mike's picking Sami Zayn. Waiting on Mojo to say, hut. Yeah. What's up, Jay? I'll be honest, I saw more positives than negatives tonight on Raw. Solid beat. Hey, that's how you feel. That's fine. Again, that was a better show. Still wasn't that crazy about it, though. But, that's fine, Jay. Thank you for joining us live. Triple H should be in charge for sure. Charlotte and Lacey would make a good team. Yeah. Team Man Candy or whatnot. The typical structure of what exactly Vince sees in a lady. Once again, it's women that I'm pretty sure if it was still the TV 14 era, Vince would be all over them. And I mean all over them. Literally all over them live on TV. Just saying. Anyways, Goldberg is the man, not Becky. Ooh, nice one there, Tyler. Take a shot there. Could they help each other win the belts? That's what I'm wondering. It wouldn't surprise me if that happens. Mike's great impression, as always. What's up, Elite Squad? Enjoyed Sammy and Braun. Sammy's in Money in the Bank by the help of Corbin and McIntyre after Baron tossed him out and fed him to Braun. Yep, that happened. Tomorrow night, it will be a fatal four-way match between Andrade, Ali, Balor, and Orton. Shouldn't be a bad match. Thank you for joining us live. Super Showdown happening on June 7th. Yep, Goldberg versus Taker. And I want to see Andrade. He or she wants to see Andrade win Money in the Bank. Andrade is still one of my top picks for sure. Yeah, maybe I'll do best and worst WWE Championship feuds this week. I'm not sure if I'll do that one this week or not, but I do have that one on my predictions. But maybe I will do that one, Tyler. Ricochet and Ali are just in Money in the Bank because they're high flying. Yeah, I don't think they're going to win Money in the Bank. I don't think they will, but just having Ricochet lose to Corbin just irked me perhaps. But yes, definitely them and some high flying in this ladder match will definitely be awesome. For sure. Who names these pay-per-views? Vince and probably much more idiots backstage. McIntyre looks like he will be winning Money in the Bank. That's a good McIntyre. Yeah, I'd be okay with McIntyre winning Money in the Bank, but I really don't think he needs Money in the Bank to win a championship. I still, I still want to see Rollins and McIntyre at SummerSlam. Some people are saying, which I'd be all right with it, Rollins and Wyatt at SummerSlam for the title, which could be good. I mean, they had that brief feud before Bray feuded with Finn in 2017. The matches were fine. It's just there was really no story to that feud at all. That's why I kind of frowned upon that feud a little bit. Tell me the bar's on Raw. No, the bar just Cesaro. And apparently I'm hearing rumors also that Sheamus might be calling it quits. Possibly, not sure, but rumors he might be calling it quits. What match will main event Money in the Bank 2019? Rollins and Styles. That match needs the main event Money in the Bank. Cesaro's still wearing the bar gear and he stole Sheamus's music. Yeah, that was strange too. Cesaro versus Sheamus. Cesaro versus Ray was hard hitting for sure. Lee Squad says McIntyre doesn't need Money in the Bank. He can win the championship by himself, but guys like Andrade and Ali can. That's why they need Money in the Bank. Andrade, yes. Ali as a face, I don't think he would. I mean, maybe his Money in the Bank as a face, and Sheamus was awesome when he was world champion. Not 2015, though. Sorry, 2015, no. That was not a good time for it. But, yeah, I definitely, even though Sheamus, at times has not been booked the best, at times here and there, I still do respect the man for all the hard work he does for sure. But thank you for your stuff in the live chat. Let's move on here now. We have AJ Styles being interviewed. He's being prepped for an interview. Well, he is. Of course, first we get that career package for Roman Reigns. We got last one on SmackDown. Once again, I'm sorry. We're past that era. Roman Reigns is a survivor. He's back. We've moved past that. It's time to move on. This is about him going over to SmackDown Live and saying he's the big dog on SmackDown Live. And he's taking out the biggest acquisition in SmackDown Live history. But anyways, so AJ's being interviewed backstage saying whether or not he hit Rollins on purpose, it was meant for Corbin, but when you disrespect him, he'll come after you. And this is supposedly Seth's show, but when he came to WWE with a huge chip on his shoulder, that hasn't gone anywhere. He'll be walking as challenger on Sunday, but he's going to be walking out the new Universal Champion. We then see picture-in-picture promos from everyone in Money in the Bank. Of course, Dana Brooks saying her constant, she's like, I will win Money in the Bank. I will do this. I will do that. Not, I will win Money in the Bank. I will. Her speed, tempo was good, but once again, all she says is, I will. Miss, I will. That's all Dana says. You will not win Money in the Bank. You're only in this match because Sasha Banks is not around. Sasha's supposed to be in this match first, I've heard, but now apparently they put Dana in the match in her place instead of Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott still has not been seen on TV since the Riott Squad was split up. But who knows? So Nikki Cross, of course, replaced Alexa Bliss. Alexa was on commentary looking quite hot. I gotta say, hey, I'm sorry, she's single again, as far as I know. But anyways, Nikki Cross replaced her. But Nikki Cross came out being her crazy self. So, okay, she's crazy one moment, not crazy the next. I don't get it. But on the bright side here, Nikki Cross got a win in a Fatal 4-Way. So, okay, fine by me. Nikki got a win. It's weird. But then she helped Alexa Bliss, climb the ladder. So if this is going to be a long-term thing, I guess Nikki Cross is going heel. I don't know. But, of course, we'll see if this is going to be a long-term alliance with Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. Backstage, Sami Zayn cuts a promo complaining about people on social media, saying he can't win tonight, saying he's just projecting because we never win. But he fights for a cause, and Strowman is just a manifestation of our toxic fantasies of being big and strong, but that's not how life works. And what's better than being big and being strong? Being right and fighting for what's right. So he's going to find a way to beat Strowman and win at Money in the Bank. We have Samoa Joe getting a handicap promo before the match with Cesaro, Rey Mysterio. He says he did cross a line. Ray crossed the line when he brought his son to WWE on Sunday. It's not take your child to work day or whatnot. Him or Cesaro said that. But Joe hopes he sees both Ray and his son. So just hyping up for their match on Sunday for the United States Championship. Just hope. I'm not for Joe dropping the title to Ray. I'm sorry, I'm not. But so yeah, Cesaro did come out though for some reason with the bar's music, but of course no bar. He just kind of walked out there. Why can't he just go back to his former entrance before him and the bar formed. Him and Sheamus formed the bar with the whole, 007 James Bond style entrance. Why can't he just do that again? I don't know. But he comes out, and not a bad match with, Cesaro and Rey Mysterio. And honestly, we might have seen a few between these two. Hard hitting, and of course, I like the tease where Rey went for the 619, but then Cesaro got him for the 619. And here and there, we've seen Cesaro perform the Swiss 19, and he's like, "Should I do it? I'll do it." He goes for it, but he misses, and eventually Rey though gets the win to pick up some momentum, going into Money in the Bank for his U.S. title match against Joe. But once again, I don't think Rey should be winning the U.S. title off of Joe right now. I don't. I'd rather see Joe drop it to someone else, maybe Strowman. Or, I don't know, who's someone else that could use the U.S. title? I don't know, but not Rey. I'm sorry, not Rey. So that happened there. Oh, gosh. Well, we got recaps of what's been going on with the Usos and the Revival, and I'm like, crap, no. I had to hide again when they were showing the Usi Hot segment. So then we get a backstage segment with the Revival saying that the Usos took it too far and there's nothing wrong with a man helping another man shave. If they want to continue being a skid mark on society, they can go ahead, but they're not hard to find and they won't be embarrassed any further. But once again, this is literally, the baby faces bullying the heels, but we're supposed to hate the Revival through all this again just because they want to embarrass the hell out of them before the Revival leave in about a year to go to AEW, but sucks to be them. Okay, here goes some juiciness. This week's edition, I believe it's edition number 4 of the Firefly Funhouse. Bray Wyatt's nowhere to be found. The camera's panning around the room. We eventually see him standing behind Mercy the Buzzard's table. Rambling Rabbit is seen all taped up. He has a secret. And Abby the Witch tells him it better be good. Mercy has stuff to do. Bray says it's almost time to show the world what he's really been working on. And he's going to need all our help. And Bray, of course, it goes from all kid friendly and whatnot, like yay, to all of a sudden getting all seriousness and dark again. He says there's a lot of darkness in his noggin, but now it's different. And he's learned to control it. And he asks if we wanted to see his secret. He turns his back to the camera, and all his puppet pals shudder. Images flash across the screen. A weird speaking tongues, and the room comes back. Bray is wearing some leather jacket with tails over a pair of Nick Iggy's tights and a clown mask. So, like Tia Couponer says, Bray Wyatt having split personality? Is Bray Wyatt maybe, not as trustworthy with the kids as you expected? I mean, last week he kind of had a little picnic and the kids seemed like they were just, possessed or whatnot. So should we be trusting Bray Wyatt or should we not be trusting Bray Wyatt? But this segment kind of grabbed my attention a little more. Wasn't so sure about the Firefly Funhouse at first. I'm like, this is too kid-based focus. So now it's like, oh, more. If you wonder what's going to happen next, maybe we'll get something at Money in the Bank. Maybe. Wait and see. Is Bray Wyatt going to be going for it as a face? Was this a heel turn back there? I don't know. But I'm like, okay. He's got a dark side still inside of him. We'll have to wait and see. Find out next week on the Firefly Funhouse. Bye! Of course, as he says. But he showed us our secret. So then we got Seth Rollins backstage being interviewed. He says this feud with him and Styles is now personal. This will be their first match in WWE. But, of course, this is what I've been waiting for Rollins or Styles to mention. They did have a match 13 years ago for NWA No Limits Wrestling, which was, the match between him and Styles that was talked about in the Seth Rollins 24 special. Again, ever since I had seen that promo, I've wanted to see this match. It's been one of my dream matches, and we're finally getting it. So, he said back then was when his friends and family knew he was for real. That this was his life now. But Slam won't be about proving anything, but be about proving to himself and to AJ that this is now his industry, his show, and that he is the backbone of Monday Night Raw. All those years ago, he did look up to AJ. But when the dust settles, it's going to be AJ looking up to him. We have Braun Strowman and Sami Zayn make their entrances. Falls count anywhere. Braun Strowman needs to win this match to be able to keep his spot at Money in the Bank. Obviously, of course, it's Sami Zayn wanting to get revenge on Strowman for throwing him into a dumpster last week, which is still god-awful. But so the match happens. And, of course, most of the time, Sammy's trying to avoid Strowman. Just get out of the way. He'll play a little bit of cat and mice and whatnot. Use of weapons. Went all over the arena. Went up to the concessions area, of course, where Baron Corbin comes out and tries to interfere in the match. And I'm just like, oh, gosh. Once again, Corbin gets more screen time just because. And we got to get more of Corbin and Strowman. Because we haven't seen enough of that this year so far, right? Right, guys? But then I thought maybe Strowman would show up for good whenever he basically, slammed Corbin into, like a little metal stand that had shirts on it. I'm like, okay, maybe this has got rid of Corbin for good. So commercial happens. They go back. They start brawling back down to the arena. They go backstage where McIntyre tries to get involved. And I thought, okay, they should just wait till the end of this match for McIntyre to get involved. They just had McIntyre take out Strowman. That'd be it. Have Corbin like, first little roadblock that, Strowman just gets out of the way because, what else does Strowman and Corbin have to prove to each other? I don't know. But no, towards the end of the match, we have Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin and Drew McIntyre once again come down and attack Braun Strowman. McIntyre lays out Corbin with the Claymore, drags Sami Zayn over. The three of them pile on top of Strowman. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn wins, but then Corbin and McIntyre just feed Sami to Strowman, and Strowman chokeslams Sami through a table. So the problem I have with this is I wish the Corbin would not have been involved. I wish it would have just been McIntyre. Because if you wanted to have, Corbin get involved, because obviously, he's doing somewhat of Shane's bidding, fine. Have him, to do that first portion, that's it. Have McIntyre be the only one that costs Strowman the match. And I'd be fine. But also I'd have Corbin. And also, they randomly fed Sami Zayn to Strowman afterwards. We're like, what was that going to do for Strowman? Strowman lost his opportunity. Like, what's that? We're going to have another feud with Strowman and Corbin? I'd rather have a feud with just Strowman and McIntyre. That's still a good pay-per-view match. But we're still going to have, what? Is Strowman going to try to, destroy Corbin and whatnot? Because he's trying to get, oh my goodness, I don't need to see more Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin. But Sami Zayn's in Money in the Bank. And believe it or not, I wanted Sami to win Money in the Bank, because I felt like I really feel, if there's anything that can kind of get Sami going, it could be Money in the Bank. The briefcase, of course, having a nice long run with it. Other than that, he's going to be coming out every single week just talking and just, trashing everyone, just doing nothing like he's, no offense, been doing. Like, I think he needs that Money in the Bank briefcase to kind of get to another level. Andrade could use it also. If Sami did not get added to this match, Andrade would have been my pick for sure to win. But I think right now my number one pick has got to be Sami. But, and also, the other problem I had with this too, though, wasn't McIntyre and Corbin kind of like, not on the best terms with each other? Like, there was no segment showing that they were fine again, but the continuity there kind of got to me. But that's Raw. Check the polls on Twitter. See what we got here. 7 votes for grade would you give Raw. We got 29% saying A, 43% saying B, 14% saying C, and 14% saying D or lower. And 2 votes for who should win Money in the Bank. Everyone's still saying it should be Andrade, which I'm fine with that. A little more for Sami. But honestly, again, this wasn't a lot of people are giving this a lot higher grade of a show. I thought it was just an okay show. It wasn't really, still that impressed by it. I gave it a C-. I guess I'll stick with my grade. I gave the show a C-. A lot of people thought it was better than that, which he did. It's fine, but to me, it's just like one of those shows that it was just whatever. Again, I didn't really pay attention. So I'll give it a C-. But hey, you guys think it's bigger? then fine me. But let me see what we got here. We've got what do we got here? Where were we at? Elite Squad thinks that AJ and Seth didn't have much build. They don't need to main event. No worries if you think that. AJ and Roman should stay on their own brand. I agree. Women's Money in the Bank thinking about either Naomi or Bailey. I think more so Bailey or Ember. That's what I'd like to see. Bailey maybe more so because again with this change in character. Joe and Cesaro for the US title would be awesome. We got Nate Hager saying, oh boy, that'd be a little strange. He said he would. Oh boy, interesting. But anyways, bold prediction from Jay. Sammy wins Money in the Bank, carries it all the way to SummerSlam, which is in Canada, and cashes in and wins the Universal Championship. That's right. I mean, it is in Canada, so could be interesting. I don't know. Again, like Sammy needs something. Like that's why I'm picking Sammy over Andrade. Like Andrade, he'll be okay for now. Sammy's just been in this rut for like a long time. That like he comes back and he's just doing nothing but talking again, barely having matches, and it's like, are we just doing the same thing again? Is he going to end up being like where he was when he feuded with Bobby Lashley last year? It's like that's why I'd rather have Sammy win the briefcase to give him something to at least elevate him in some ways. If booked right, of course, WWE has a history of not booking people with Money in the Bank right, but yeah, Sammy cashed in at SummerSlam could be interesting. Racist is to say is an enhancement talent because he's doing great as it. I prefer Joe dropping U.S. title to someone like Cesaro or Ricochet. Ricochet is U.S. champion. Braun Strowman. Because let's face it, like, what's Strowman got to do now? Like Strowman's hit a dead end. I mean, yes, I wasn't for him being in Money in the Bank, but just the same cycle. He's in it all of a sudden, up, we're pulling you out. In it, up, we're pulling you out. He's run into a wall again. He really should have gone to SmackDown. I am very surprised Braun Strowman didn't go to SmackDown. I really thought he should have, but what's up, Robbie? Anyone but you, Roman. Anyone but you. Elite Squad thinks that Dana in-ring work has become better, and I was really impressed with her move off the ladder in the Fatal 4-Way. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. That ladder, that dial of the ladder. But again, those promos again. I will take my opportunities seriously. I will challenge Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's. I will. It's all just. I will script it. Not her fault though, of course. This was epic. Yowee. That was the match I tweeted. You Rollins and stops with WB. Yep, I saw that. Thank you. Tasha States heels are pit bitches. Mike, I wish Bobby Lashley would have replaced Corbin and Money in the Bank so he could say, Sammy, it's good to see you again, buddy. This time, since they're both heels, I'm sure they would both be great buddies. Corbin and Drew benefits by Strowman losing. In some ways, maybe, yeah. I mean, I would have again. But again, like, why Corbin? Again, I'm just really getting sick of Corbin. I would have if it was just McIntyre, who costed Strowman the match. Awesome, but again, Corbin, I'm just slowly getting more and more sick of him these days. This is how badly he's booked. Again, I can't stand him clapping. Like, when he walks around, it's like, yeah. I can't stand it. Like I go nuts when I see them. Like, yeah. Like you're a terrible actor, man. Probably because once again you've been thrown scripted promos, and you have no character right now. Other than the fact looking like again, you look like a server at TGI Fridays. Everybody says. To the tune of he's stealing my song with it. I got my blonde hair. I got my blue eyes. I got my big tits, Vince loves, for Lacey Evans. Decent main event, but I feel Corbin McIntyre got involved a little too much. Corbin especially, yes, got too much. Elite Squad Rousey, Nikki Cross might have made it less because she's already won Money in the Bank and she has been women's champion a few times. Yeah, and another thing too is if they're just trying to prevent Alexa Bliss from being in more matches because they're being cautious with her, why is she being in a ladder match? Like, I'm sure it's going to make her much worse. Like, if Alexa Bliss is not going to be that dependable, then why have her still wrestle still? Honestly, like, it is starting to bother me that they're just protecting her so badly. B- from Tia Couponer. C for Elite Squad. Don't forget to hit the like button for sure. Drew needs some Money in the Bank. Tyler gave it a D. Imagine if Sammy wins the briefcase and successfully cashing on Kofi during the WWE title match, and it re-sparks the Owens and Zayn feud. Interesting. Who would they turn back to being face though? But interesting though. Again, that does the. I wanted that to be a world title feud someday. Them in an I Quit match. Take my money. I want Cesaro to beat Ray and make it a triple threat. Triple threat with Ray, Cesaro, and Joe. Fine me. I would have been fine with that. Garbage man among men, babysitter among men, Rosebud among men. Yep. Strowman's nowhere close. Do the WWE Champion stream this Thursday? Again, we'll see, Tyler. We'll see. I may not be able to do it. May not be able to do it on Thursday also because I have an event in the evening at 10 too. So we'll see, Tyler. These house show pay-per-views give us matches that were awesome in their prime, but not anymore, such as Triple H and Cena. Yeah, that was average. Orton and Triple H, we're getting apparently at this year's Super Showdown. Okay, whatever. Triple H and Taker just proved that Taker couldn't do a 27-minute match. DX and, oh man, don't remind me. And much more. Goldberg versus Taker. Yeah, that's going to be a short match. If Goldberg couldn't even put on a 10-minute match when he was around last time, what do you expect him and Taker to do this time? Really nothing, in my opinion. But yeah, C- for Raw tonight, guys. Thank you for joining me in the live chat. As always, guys, as Tia Kupar said, slap like my videos, subscribe or comment on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DeMayor93 and check out my WrestleMania predictions. Not WrestleMania predictions, WrestleMania experience documentary found in the description box down below. Also, once again, hashtag please sign Robbie since Robbie's in the live chat. Check out his fantasy booking videos. If you like what you see, again, get hashtag please sign Robbie trending on Twitter to get Robbie in that chair. We got Road Dogg out of here. Now I gotta get Vince out here next because I am not a genius. Wild card roll. I love Lacey Harris. She's got her blonde hair. She's got her blue eyes. She got her big tits that I love. I'd love to just have a sex scene. Just getting a little too far there. Anyways, guys, thank you for joining me in the live chat again, guys. But I'm going to check it out again, guys. I'll be live for tomorrow for my SmackDown Live review. Also, check out my NXT TakeOver 25 predictions that I posted last night also as well. So check those out there. And yeah, so SmackDown Live and 205 Live tomorrow. Probably during the day Wednesday, I'll do my Money in the Bank card. Preview predictions. And then, of course, UK and NXT reviews. Thursday, again, maybe doing my top 10 special on Thursday. Not sure yet because I have some going on Thursday. So if not, they'll definitely be Friday. And then Sunday is Money in the Bank. I'm not sure if I'll be home in time to watch the beginning because I'm actually going to be going somewhere 2 hours away from me for a family event. And I will be coming back, though, probably be back sometime in the evening. So I may not get to Money in the Bank immediately when it starts. So I don't know what my plan is going to be. I don't know if I'll be watching any friends. I don't know if not, I may try to do some live reactions. Not too sure. We'll have to wait and see. But that's just the plan for this week. And also a few odds and ends. Hoping to wrap up, my next batch of baseball players. And then, of course, I will be trying to wrap up Adam Project very soon. Also, 2 maps left there, guys. But yeah, guys, better show from Raw, but still not that great in my opinion. Give it a C- again, guys. I said it used before. So that, guys, I'll check it out. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for my SmackDown Live review. So until then, guys, have a great rest of your night. I still have these chips right here. So until then, guys, peace out, everybody.